What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with pretty much my Summer League wrap-up, everything that I'm taking away from Summer League for the NBA for 2016. So I'm just going to give you guys a couple points that, just stuck out to me. Obviously, it's Summer League. There's a lot of young players. There's a lot of things you get to see. It's decent basketball. It's not great. So let's go and get into it. So it actually was a very entertaining and very talked about Summer League. Summer League is normally heavily discussed during the summer just because it's really the only thing going on out of baseball, football, and basketball. Like just not baseball, football, and basketball, hockey, football, and basketball game-wise. So, it's really nice to be able to get to see all of your favorite young players, all your favorite teams, young players, first-round draft picks, whatever, come into the league and get to see them showcase their skills against all the other young talent they're going to be playing against. And, even get to see some young guys step up. One Cinderella story from the summer, the Magic's basically their B squad, stepping up and winning the Orlando Summer League. That was one of the big stories for me. One of the better, maybe not like long-term impact, but one of the better stories for the summer. Other things. One, the Chicago Bulls, young talent. Obviously, 2 nights was that? I can't remember if that was last night or 2 nights ago. Let me see. That was last night. So, last night, the Chicago Bulls won an overtime game against the Minnesota Timberwolves on a last-second shot from Denzel Valentine to win the Las Vegas Summer League. So, in my opinion, Bulls actually have a lot more young talent than I thought they did. Bobby Portis stepped up in a big way, averaged something like 17 or 18 and 9 over the course of the Las Vegas Summer League. And you know what? There's a few, like I said, Denzel Valentine stepped up in a big way. I think those are 2 of the bigger names to watch on the Chicago Bulls this year. Other teams, the one I just mentioned, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Tyus Jones won Summer League Player of the Year. So, let's just recap some of the names now that the Timberwolves have, just in terms of young talent. Karl Anthony Towns, obviously, Ricky Rubio to some degree, not really. I wouldn't really call him young anymore. 25. Still maybe it has some unreached potential. But anyway, Andrew Wiggins, like I said, Ricky Rubio, Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, who they obviously just added in the draft, Gorgie Jang, and now Tyus Jones. Obviously, there's more to list, but having another guy, or having Tyus Jones, a guy who was a decent rotation player, step up in a big way and show that he's developing well, that can be a big thing for the Timberwolves long term. D'Angelo Russell, I don't think I've talked about him enough. He looks like he's ready to take a next step. Had a rocky year his first year, just all the off-the-court drama, and then the fact that the Lakers just were not a very good team last year. He's surrounded by core young talent now, and we'll see if they can all put it together. That leads me into the next one, which is Brandon Ingram. I want to talk about Brandon Ingram and Ben Simmons together because I normally do that. So, I've talked about this a lot. I'm not going to... I very, very rarely meant to compare the two as having one better player than the other. I've said it that I would prefer Ben Simmons over Brandon Ingram if I did have the number 1 overall pick at this point, but I believe that they're 2 entirely different players. They're their own players in their own outright. They're so different. Ingram, he's not going to be a facilitator for you. He's still got some weight to put on, but he's a great shooter. He's got tremendous potential on both ends of the floor, an incredible wingspan, and just incredible athleticism. Ben Simmons, on the other hand, guy's got basketball IQ through the roof, but he can't shoot. He can't shoot to save his life right now. He looks like he can be a triple-double machine. His facilitating abilities are off the charts. His rebounding abilities are off the charts. His ability to drive is incredible. But again, having that limited ability of shooting that he has, that might hurt him a little bit. But again, like I said, 2 completely different players. 2 players that also look like they're going to be very, very, very good in this league throughout Summer League. Like I said, I think that one of the more underrated things from this draft was the fact of how good the top 2 picks could be. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is really just the overall, I'd say, overlooking of the Denver Nuggets. I've had one person mention it to me on my videos, and I mentioned it a little bit, but I haven't covered it enough as much as I want to. I really feel like the Denver Nuggets, especially at this point, they're kind of disrespected, I'll be honest. Gary Harris had a big summer league. Looks like he'll take another step forward. This is a Denver Nuggets team that was able to get Jamal Murray for a steal and has a very nice looking backcourt moving into the future. Their starting five ain't too shabby right now. What they did during the offseason was actually pretty impressive. This is a team right now. It actually is kind of scary. Like, they look good. At the point guard spot. Sorry about that sound. At the point guard spot, you got Emmanuel Mudiay. Shooting guard spot, you can go forward with Gary Harris, probably will be a great option. You could go forward with Jamal Murray, again, probably will be a great option. You can go forward with Malik Beasley, probably a good option. 3 good young options. At small forward, Danilo Gallinari, still in my mind, a good, at least starting quality small forward in the league if he can stay healthy. At the power forward spot, Kenneth Faried, still solid. Even to back him up, they still got Nikola Jokic, and then Juan Hernan-Gomez, who they were able to draft. Just re-signed Mike Miller today, too. And then at center, they got Yusuf Nurkic, another good young center. So, I like what they've been able to put together. Long term, I think that the Nuggets are actually looking forward. They're still, in my mind, a year or two off at least. Probably 3. But, again, at least you got a good young core built for the future. Maybe the next step or maybe the next Minnesota Timberwolves type hype heading forward right now. I don't think they have the same play or same type of potential player as the Timberwolves do with Karl Anthony Towns, but I think a player like Jamal Murray, maybe, or Emmanuel Mudiay, if they can step up, can meet the same type of hype that like an Andrew Wiggins could on the Timberwolves. But again, that's just some of the thoughts from my mind. Like I said, I've been stretching videos out today further than I want to. I talked about my first one today a little bit further than I wanted to. But anyway, that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on the Summer League, all the effects from it. But anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.